Diablo 4, an upcoming action RPG and fourth installment in the popular Diablo main game series. What's the story? How does it play? We'll get into that today. The story. Set 20 years after the end of Diablo 3, we return to Sanctuary, a world created by the demon Lilith and angel Inarius. Diablo has been defeated once again, along with Malthael, the Reaper of Souls, and the world should have been at peace. However, that's not the case, as the world has grown darker as humans struggle on. Making things worse, the demon Lilith is resurrected, and Sanctuary is once again under threat. Lilith is a slightly more interesting antagonist in Diablo 4, as her motivations are somewhat sympathetic. She was previously banished for trying to protect a race of half-angel, half-demons. How she wanted to go about achieving this goal though, was by killing everyone else. Once more, it is up to you to banish her back to the void.
May we fight true in His holy name.
The gameplay. Like the rest of the Diablo series, most dungeons in Diablo 4 are procedurally generated. One of the new features in this entry is the open world, featuring both the traditional co-op features and new competitive options. The open world is free for you to explore, but you may find some literal roadblocks when trying to go through high level areas. Character interactions will be restricted until you get to a relevant part of the story. The world will be packed full of dungeons and cellars to visit and clear. There will also be a ton of side quests that you can take on as you explore the open world. Exploration takes a more important role this time around as you'll be involved with branching and non-linear narrative, allowing you to experience the story your way. The goal of the game is the same as the rest of the games though. You'll be exploring various dungeons, collecting loot, and increasing your experience points to upgrade your character, as you embark on a never-ending search for better weapons, armor, and magical abilities. Your characters have an almost endless array of equipment, abilities, and stats, all of which can be upgraded and enhanced to nearly infinite amount of ways. You will rely on your character and equipment stats, so the random element will keep you grinding for hours, days, weeks, and maybe even years. It may put some people off, but for people who love games involving loot, this will be a treat. Items will be crucial to making particular builds work, offering certain powers or altering others to work in more exciting ways. Diablo 4 will feature a system that blends Diablo 2's runes and Diablo 3's Kane Cube, allowing you to extract a legendary power, and then apply it directly to a weapon to reduce some of the RNG and set your builds up just right. There are also two new systems introduced in the series, the first being mounts so you can ride around Sanctuary, and the second, the evade ability. The evade ability is available to all classes and functions as a simple dodge to either get out of trouble or get you into one. While previous games have specific movement abilities for each character class, this time around everybody gets a simple dodge. The game can be played solo, but cooperative play is emphasized. The game is also online only, even though there are plenty of controversies surrounding that system in Diablo 3. Diablo 4 will also feature crafting and trading. As to how microtransactions and in-game auction houses will be handled, Blizzard has promised that lessons were learned from Diablo 3 in terms of spoiling the sense of progression and encouraging a pay-to-win approach. So hopefully microtransactions and in-game auction houses will either be removed or changed out for a different system. There'll be 5 playable classes: Druid, Rogue, Barbarian, Sorceress, and Necromancer. Needless to say, each will play very differently from each other, like the Druid could transform into a werewolf or a werebear, while the Necromancer can raise the dead to be used in battle. Veteran players will aim to get a good build for each class. Naturally, each class will have their own skill trees. The ability to endlessly level up through the Paragon levels is gone, and the system has gone back to something akin to Diablo 2's system of skill points allocation through a sprawling tree. So you can pick a class and put points into specific builds to create fire sorcerers or bleed barbarians. You can also customize how they look, from skin color to types of mounts. Presentation. The overall tone of Diablo 4 is much darker and grimmer, even more so than previous entries. It's like a dark medieval feel. Diablo 2 was dark and gritty, while Diablo 3 felt like you were living in a painting with its soft panel feel. Diablo 4 will blend these two aesthetics together, creating a living, breathing world that visually pops like Diablo 3, but with the darkness of Diablo 2. Not only is the world of Diablo 4 dark, the side stories are also packed with darkness at every turn, and everybody's morality is some shade of grey. First impressions. Diablo 4 looks to be somewhat of a revival, ever since the disaster that was Diablo Immortal. The looting aspect will keep me coming back, especially when randomization of dungeons and loot is in play. At the moment, Diablo 4 seems to be a blend between Diablo 3 and 2. Hopefully none of the bad of Diablo 3 is brought back, or at least changed to something more consumer friendly. It is still yet to be seen how the microtransactions will work. Hopefully it would simply be cosmetics or even special pets that will not change how the game plays. Last thing they want is to turn it into a pay-to-win when players have already spent their hard-earned money on the actual game. The need to always be online can be quite annoying for players who want to play solo or for those who have got less than good internet connection. So it'll be interesting to see how it will be addressed in the actual release. Although I doubt it, hopefully they can have an offline mode that you can set in the options, like FromSoft's Soul series. Diablo 4 looks very promising. The question is, will it be one that players will reminisce on with fond memories of adventure, or one of pay-to-win despair? This game releases on the 6th of June 2023 on PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. So what do you think about Diablo 4? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video.